Hello, everybody, and welcome to another fine edition of 151. I'm Adam, and of course, I'm joined by a man that's, I don't know, his name's Justin.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
We kind of dove right into this, and I wasn't real ready, and I couldn't remember what I was going to say, so I just said,
Thanks for up the introduction, dude.
That's right. Well, of course, we're joined again by our friend Brittany.
Hello.
We liked her so much, we invited her back.
Yeah.
They couldn't get rid of me.
Yeah, she's just been living in the basement.
It has
Studio
been
One.
It has been a little weird, honestly.
Yeah, my wife is like, there's a girl in the basement,
When's she going home?
and I think she's knocked up.
She was that way before she showed up here. I want to make that very clear.
Exactly. So this time on the show, we're going to talk more about video games because I think we all love video games to varying degrees right now, but we all grew up with games of some sort, and we thought it'd be fun to go back in time, talk about some classic games, talk about
Because we did what we were currently playing, but we didn't talk about what we have played.
what we grew up with.
Exactly.
And when we started.
And when we started.
That's very true.
Boy, that's a long time.
1984.
Yeah, somewhere.
Duck Hunt, Track Meet, and Mario.
Real quick, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, 151 The Show.
Yep.
Facebook.com/151 The Show, or follow us on YouTube, or actually it's subscribe on YouTube. But please, share us with your friends.
Tell them that you know somebody who would like to see this stuff.
Or if you want them to waste like 45 minutes of their life thinking this is going to be good,
Yes.
And sharing is caring.
and sharing is caring.
Oh.
Aww. Now I don't want...
Just don't follow us in real life. That's weird.
You can follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, but not in real life.
No.
It gets creepy.
Yeah. I don't know unless you're hot and blonde and got big old booby.
Fair enough. We'll make an exception.
So, going to
Because
the...
I know Brittany wants hot blonde with big boobies to
Yes.
follow her around.
Please.
her husband's just like, yes.
Yeah, he'll allow it.
No,
He's okay with it.
No, he's stuck in virtual reality.
He's got the hot blonde with big boobies already there.
There you go.
He can make them.
Oh,
I want to hang out with him more.
I know, exactly. It's like, man, this guy's like the coolest guy on earth.
Yep.
So, with the classic games in mind, just going down that road, I mean, there's so many gaming systems now. Xbox One, is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
PlayStation 4, and
Yep.
now they're coming out with what I think are very cool, the little boxes with like 30 or 40 games
Yep.
on them.
Yeah.
Yep,
The
because-
new little Nintendos, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Nintendo's doing one, and it looks like the classic Nintendo.
Yep.
That's what's
Mm-hmm.
coolest about
And
it,
it's
I think.
it's going to be the same port as like the Wii plugins
Yeah.
that you use for your auxiliary game pads. Yep.
So you've got that one coming out. Sega just announced one.
Yeah. They were going to be coming back,
The
weren't
the
they?
Sega one's been out.
They-
The article is new on it, but that box has been around. For
Is
a
it
little
out
bit.
already?
Yeah, that box has been around for a little bit. And Atari did one a couple years ago too.
Yeah, the Atari ones are never that good. Like, you always think you're going to have a good time with that one. Like, we bought one of those like the joystick thing where everything's in the joystick, and you start
Yep.
playing it. It's like,
Well, it's like Pog, right? Pog, where it just bounce back
Pong.
and forth, right? So
Yes.
that's all you
well,
got
there
going
was
on.
there were other games with that. I mean,
Space
to
Invader?
be fair, back in the day, we were happy to have that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. All right, well,
you
I
know.
came in
back
with...
in my day.
well, she is like 15 years younger
I
than
know,
us.
right?
No, I'm 4.
Are you really? That's it?
Yes, 84.
Boy, you are carrying it better than us.
Yeah.
No, I
The
came in
years
with...
have been kind. Good job.
Thank you.
Very, very well done.
I came in with Nintendo NES, the first Nintendo, and so...
Like, we had an Atari. Like, I remember my dad and my cousin playing it, but I didn't that much.
We had a TI Texas Instrument with a little word processor program, and you had to literally program it in to get the program to run. That was my very first experience.
Really?
Like, had the alligator clip that you hooked to the UHF on the back of the TV and hooked it right up. That
Yeah,
was
we had
the
the
very,
slider.
very first. Yeah, I had several
Remember that
sliders.
thing?
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that? Where,
Like,
like,
change your input
Yeah.
on the coax on the TV.
there's like this little silver box that was about this big, and it had like just a lever that you literally slid it.
We didn't have that. somewhere. I want to say babysitter that I had when I was younger had something like that.
You know, I was
I
born
never
in
played
84.
it.
It's not that big of
Yeah.
a deal.
No. I had black and white TVs with 2 dials.
Yeah. I can remember the channel thing on top.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
No,
And the
I think
first
mine was in
remote that
front.
essentially burned a hole in the wall.
With the clicker.
Yeah, powered by
The hard
depleted
clicker?
uranium. Yeah.
But
But
we had the Texas Instrument, and then the classic 2600, Atari
I'm
2600.
trying to remember. Didn't one of those have like it looked like a phone, like numbers on it, and you like slid cards in?
For there was I can't remember the name of the game. It was a very game specific, like Star Raider or something like that, because you had to, like, all of your piloting controls to engage the hyperdrive and stuff like that were on that auxiliary controller. Yeah, and you had to have the card to slide in.
I don't remember what that was a part of, but
There were a couple games, and you slid the card to configure it depending on the game.
huh.
Yep, that was Atari 2600 accessory.
Boy,
And they
I
had
must-
the
I guess
round
we had an
paddles.
Atari then.
They had the round paddles for Pong style games, and then your standard joystick.
Huh.
Adventure and Pitfall, those were my games.
Look at her. She's like, I don't
It's
know.
like,
Yeah.
I've never even heard of this.
No, I've heard of it.
1984. Woo!
Mine, I mean, 88 was when we got the NES, so my first experience would have been Mario, and then shortly after that, Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. Did you have the power pad, the running pad?
Did not.
Did anybody have the Power Glove though?
Oh, yeah, I had a power glove.
Did you really?
I did. I still have it.
We didn't get, when I was younger, we didn't get fancy. We got basic. Just,
Yeah, that's us. I mean, we got a Super Nintendo, just Nintendo. Sorry,
Yeah.
brain. We just got that, and I remember one of my buddies had Nintendo 2, and they had Super Mario Brothers 2, and I was so jealous of it because we didn't have it.
Yep.
Yeah, we never got, we had the first Mario, first Legend of Zelda, but my cousin, actually, that was my experience with Mario 2. The second Legend of Zelda was all my cousins had newer games, and that's how I got to experience some of those.
I always remember how cool it was when my cousins had Nintendo, and they would let us borrow Legend of Zelda. Like, we didn't have Legend of Zelda, so that's how I played it. And I always thought the wand was really cool,
Yes.
where you could shoot, and then it would catch stuff on fire, and then you run into the fire and it hurts you. It just seemed wrong.
Why wouldn't it? Fire's gonna hurt.
Yeah, but not you. You're the one casting the fire.
Yeah.
Well, if I light a fire right now, I'm gonna get hurt if I run into it.
Yeah, but if you're doing it with magic,
I think it should still hurt you.
sounds like a Harry Dresden argument, doesn't it?
It does. Well, were you yelling Leroy Jenkins when he ran into the fire?
No, Leroy Jenkins did not, exist at the time. So, but no, so it was that we were always a Nintendo family. I will say that.
Yep.
Did we
didn't
have options back then?
Sega came out.
We didn't have a Sega. When did they?
Jaguar.
Yep. The Jaguar was the first 16-bit
Yeah.
console.
That control. You remember that controller for that? Mm-hmm. Like, didn't it have like a see-through part that I never.
There was something weird with it. Yeah, we need to pull that up, but it's been years and years since I've seen one. Yeah, we were also Nintendo people, and this is like for
There it is.
having
Look at that beast.
had a like I said, the 2600, and then the NES, and then nothing else again until I had a PlayStation 2.
So you never-
Everything from like from 12. Well, because we would have gotten that late 80s, and it would have been late 90s before I picked up a PS2. So yeah, there was like a 10 or 12 year drought for me. I went straight from an NES to a PlayStation 2.
I went from, well, owning NES to N64, but had a lot of experience from friends and family with the Super Nintendo.
The thing I just remembered with this stuff, do you remember when you would go to like Blockbuster or something and they'd have like dollar rentals and you'd get like 30 games? Mm-hmm. That was the best. That was
good
the
weekend.
best weekend you could ever have. You know, mom takes you over there and it's like, go nuts. And you come back with a stack of games like that and like play one for an hour, then play another one. Top Gun was like that. I remember renting that stupid game.
I wasn't allowed to rent video games.
Really? Why
Yeah.
not?
We were limited. We were limited on how much time we could play. So my hours of playing didn't happen till later in life, except at cousins' houses, and we got away with it. But yeah, I was always limited. Had to balance outdoors time and video gaming as a kid.
Which is healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Well,
there's
yeah, it's
certainly
not
nothing
like
wrong
I
with that.
was always inside, but I just remember those weekends. It was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, they
Did
would
you guys
happen.
have 2 TVs? 1 TV.
Yeah, we had an upstairs and a
Oh.
downstairs TV.
1 TV.
Ah, there you go. The downstairs one was really bad, though.
That was it was fewer and farther in between because we didn't have a Blockbuster handy, so you
Yeah.
know there was a limited amount of game rental, but it was always it was good when you get it, man. It was really good.
Yeah.
So no, the NES stuff, and then it was I didn't even know anybody that had like a Genesis
I did.
or any of that.
Because you'd go up and you'd play Sonic the Hedgehog, and you're like, I don't know what's going on here.
I got to think through the first level, always made it to the second level, and then I was lost with Sonic.
Yeah, it was always like, okay, I'm just spinning really fast and getting rings.
And conditioning myself to have ADD later on in life.
Yeah, we never played. We never had a Sega ever.
I had
That's
a
why
cousin.
that Sega deal that we were talking about earlier, I kind of want to get one just so I can play it and just see what's up with it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that'd be worthwhile in my basement TV, because Steph probably won't let me do that.
Probably not. And that's I would love to start collecting some old systems and just build an emulator TV.
A guy I went to high school with, he collects video games and video game system.
Really?
He's got like every video game you could ever imagine, every system you could ever like. He collects that stuff.
That's
So
something we want to start doing. First I want a N64. I've been craving some GoldenEye lately, and my husband's never played Ocarina of Time, and I feel like that's something.
why did you sleep with him?
I can say I don't see the attraction anymore. I was with you until you told me that.
The games now.
Well, I know, but
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's one of the games of all time. How have you not played that?
He was PlayStation. He didn't get the Nintendo. He started with PlayStation.
We didn't have an N64, so we rented it.
Yeah.
And I remember it because it was spring break, like my senior year, and a buddy of mine and we sat down. He got on the internet, what it was at the time, and printed off the game notes on it. And we sat for 12 hours a day, 5 days in a row, over spring break playing Legend of Zelda.
By the time we got an N64, we had multiple TVs, so I could spend hours playing. But we got it for Christmas, and so we beat the Deku tree, I think, that day. And so I always kind of associate Christmas and at least the Deku tree. But yeah,
Go
we
back and
didn't
play that one.
stop. It was nonstop.
I was lucky enough, like I said, I went from NES to PS2, but I was lucky enough in college that I had one guy catty cornered from me that had an N64, one guy straight across from me that had a PS1, and then a guy upstairs that we would have nothing as far as his game. His N64 never had anything but GoldenEye in it,
Really?
and that is all we played. He basically took out his student loan when he didn't need it, when he had enough money to pay for college, and bought a 65-inch in 1998, mind you, a 65-inch big screen that we had to put 2 desks together, reinforce, and it took 6 of us to lift this thing because I mean it was still a tube 65-inch TV put up there, and that's all we did was we restacked his room.
How were you able to have kids after all that radiation?
I know, right? Well, I could tell you, but it's a family show.
Okay.
And that's all we did was we played in 64. There would be tournaments running like non-stop.
Wow. We played in college. It was 64 all the time, and it was GoldenEye, it was Mario Kart, and
Yep.
we played
Ocarina,
Ocarina of
yeah.
Time, but I mean that wasn't really.
Yeah, and
Right. It was a
Mario
long
Kart
time.
was probably the only exception of when the GoldenEye cartridge would come out,
And one of the pro wrestling games that we always played.
because that's blue shells don't make friends.
No. There was a guy that was so good on my floor that he got drunk and challenged everybody to play Mario Kart, and he goes, I'll go upside down.
Nice.
And he played everybody upside down, and he beat everybody. Drunk, laying upside down.
That's
like his
awesome.
head hanging, like, you know, when you're a kid and you sit in a chair.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
First rainbow map, I would have been off.
We outlawed that one.
Yeah, that's cold.
One, it was too long.
Yeah.
And, you know, the other way, it was just like, God. Rainbow Road
I was
sucked.
never
'Cause
good at that one. I could have
It's the worst.
the first three. I don't remember the first three. I just remember that was the fourth map. But the first three I could do really good at and get to the rainbow one and ruin my score.
Mario Kart was really fun until I taught one of my buddies how to power slide. And then he beat me all the time.
Don't you hate that when the student becomes the master?
Oh, he became the master. Like, I crushed a controller one time because of him. Like, I had to open it up and, like, glue things back together to make it work.
Nice.
But I fixed it.
So
mad.
like for you, for both of you, NES, what's your ultimate game?
That would really be between. I mean, Legend of Zelda took me 24 years to beat, but the nostalgia with that game, it's big. But Mario Brothers, I also played a lot. So between those two,
I never cared about Mario Brothers.
Mario 3.
Really?
that was good.
That's
That's when
and-
he had the raccoon hat, right?
yes,
Yep.
and that to me is a game. Go turn it on sometime. It still looks good. I don't know how with 8-bit. I mean, for what they were doing and the way they were doing the sprites and the
Yeah.
rest of it, but that is a game that still looks good to me. I mean, it's very stupid, very simplistic, but it still looks good.
There's a lot of Super Nintendo games that I think still look really good. I mean, we got the first Donkey Kong. I thought Mario World,
Yep.
that one looked good.
Yep. What's that? They had one of the Star Wars games for Super Nintendo that always looked really good for what it was.
Star Fox was fun on that.
Yeah, I didn't play it on Super Nintendo. I got Star Fox for N64. Played a lot of that game.
Yeah, Star Fox. I can remember putting the
Dual barrel roll. That's about my limit on Star Fox. Yeah,
The,
there you go.
the-
I never played it.
really.
That's about my
Really?
limit. Yeah, that's my limit.
Do you have an N64?
No, I don't. Well, I take that back. I have one because the wife has one,
Get Star Fox.
and it's in a box. I don't have it out. Honestly, what I've been working on off and on for the past 6 months, and I'm just trying to figure out the controller to make it all work, because I've got a computer hooked up to one of my TVs that just functions as a media center. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually trying to get like an emulator, NES, Super NES, N64, like one of the big comprehensive emulator systems running, so I can play all this stuff.
Nice.
I don't have any of that.
We're working
Well,
towards the.
If I figure it out, it won't be that
Ultimate.
hard to set it up.
Okay.
So.
Well, get Mr. Virtual Reality on it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
What?
Super Nintendo, what's your ultimate game?
Donkey Kong.
I don't even remember. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of experience with Super Nintendo because it was my brother's.
Okay.
So I had to ask permission to play it
Nice.
from him because he got it on his birthday.
Nice.
Much like the trampoline we had in the backyard. And if it was on his birthday, it was his.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time playing some of those games.
See,
So-
I never had one. So,
I didn't have one, but I was at cousins lucky enough to.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, I
experience.
remember Link to the Past, which
Is that the side-scrolling one,
no,
or
it
is
was,
that Zelda 2? Legend of
no,
Zelda
it was
2?
the Super Nintendo version of Legend. It was like the original one, like the setup of it. The graphics were just better. They went to the dark world. I remember reading Nintendo Power, and they had the comic version of that, and that's where they introduced the Master Sword,
Okay.
and that's where you got your kind of your first real detailed look at it.
Nintendo Power Magazine, man, that was a good publication.
Yeah, and I read those comics all the time. In that, I love the Legend of Zelda one.
Except for the fact that Nintendo Power Magazine made the Power Glove sound like a good thing.
Yeah.
And something you wanted.
Well,
along with that
corporate,
damn
man.
Fred Savage movie.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. Do you want to go back to that and talking about things that sounded good? How about Captain Nintendo?
Yeah.
Captain N.
Yeah, Captain N.
They had a virtual reality headset also that tanked.
Yeah, the 3D boy. It was all red and it was only red and black. Yep.
Did you guys do Game Boy and all that?
I had a Game Boy.
What did I have?
Played Tetris.
It was something that I never personally owned, but riding bus, like if we ever went anywhere, a school trip or something, somebody would bring it on. Somehow I always talked to my friend and to let me play their games.
Nice.
Yeah, the only thing I ever used mine for was Tetris.
Really?
Yep.
Never had a Game Boy.
442 lines. That's my personal record.
And you remember that?
Yes. That was a big deal. And I'll be honest with you, if you ever move, you want me to help you pack. I am not kidding you.
That is the life lesson we found.
Yes. Yes. I can stack, especially boxes and or weird shaped containers, I can stack them. And I don't know if there's any I don't know whether like I have something for spatial awareness in my head that made me good at Tetris or whether the Tetris actually trained me, but man, I can stack stuff.
Wasn't Tetris like the original like intent of it like a thing for Russian spies?
I know it was a Russian developed game, but I don't
you guys
know
ever
about
hear
any
that?
espionage stuff.
That they used it to test like mental acuity or something. Or
Hopefully I'm not a sleeper agent or anything like that and didn't know it.
Commie.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Exactly.
Commie.
Commie chameleon.
So did you guys have a PlayStation 1 then? Or play on a PlayStation 1?
I played.
My brother did.
My buddy had one across the hall. Blitz 2000.
That was your favorite?
That's the game that I think of for that. That's all we ever played on that was we'd go over and play NFL Blitz.
Twisted Metal was mine.
I remember Twisted Metal.
I had a family reunion. I think I was about 12 or 13 at the time, and that's all we played was Twisted Metal.
What was your car in it?
Oh. I'm going to assume it's been, we're talking about 20 years now, and I played it just 3-4 days straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it has to be the clown car, the clown ice cream truck.
Everybody went with the ice cream truck for some reason.
It was the most ridiculous.
Why wouldn't you go with the ice cream
I
truck?
don't know. There was some other stuff.
Wasn't there a...
What kind of trucks were there?
Well-
There was a big one and a small one and a red one. And
purple one.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I would have forgot all about the purple one if not for her.
It was...
This is why we called her in.
I know. Now I have to look it up.
I have dead people. It carries them.
Wait,
there
I'm
not?
sorry. I phased off.
A
Where you
hearse?
said dead.
There. Wasn't
hearse?
there a hearse?
Dead people, it carries them.
I phased out for a second to look up Twisted Metal cars. I heard dead people. I'm like, wait, what?
It's relevant.
Good job, Brittany.
Yeah,
So
that's newer.
yeah, I can't remember a lot of PlayStation. Like there's like I remember the NES games. I remember Nintendo 64 a lot, but like some of those ones.
PlayStation 1, no, like I said, NFL Blitz. Now 2,
Need
Grand
for
Theft Auto.
Speed.
Grand Theft Auto.
Need
yeah.
for Speed
Need for
Underground
Speed.
2.
Yeah, Need for Speed. I have a stack of PS2 games. But, I mean, my crack into PS2, the reason I went out and bought hardware was for Grand Theft Auto.
That's such a great game. I remember playing 3 a lot.
3, and then, because I would go over to my buddy's room. The reason I met my wife is because in the afternoons, my buddy and I were in the same program. We had the same hole in our schedule. He had a PS2. We would go over to his dorm room and play Grand Theft Auto. He was her RA and she lived right across the hall. So the reason that I met my wife is because I would go over and play Grand Theft Auto in my buddy's
If you were never a
room.
gamer, you would have never met your
Exactly.
wife.
Wow, how life would be different.
Right. So, and then
Probably still be gaming.
probably. Yeah. So it was Grand Theft Auto 3, and then Vice City, and all the my God, they just had a string of them there.
Did it go 3 then Vice City?
I think it was 3, then Vice City.
I want to say it came in on Vice City.
3, and then Vice City, and then San Andreas. And Vice City to me is still the best one they've ever done. I would get
Wait,
on
which one?
Vice City.
Okay.
I had a garage, like 2 garages just full of motorcycles. I'd go get a motorcycle out, put on the Emotion 98.3 channel, because that was the one that had
remembers
Yeah.
it.
that had like the most Phil Collins and the most quintessential 80s stuff, and I would just cruise that town.
I
I
don't think
wouldn't
I-
even go do any missions.
No.
Just get on the bike and cruise, listening to that
I don't
radio
think I ever
station.
did one mission,
Yeah,
but played it a lot.
Yeah,
I've never played that game and done a mission, and I've never played it and not put in codes.
I didn't put in
yeah,
codes.
yeah.
I
Gotta-
pretty much just shot people and then wanted to run away from the cops. Was my
Well,
goal.
Well, you'd have
spawn a tank or something.
yeah, you had to spawn a jetpack to get away from them or something. Or
I never got away, but this was also I worked at Blockbuster when Vice City came out, and so a bunch of coworkers and I would get together and pretty much after a shift go and play that till the sun came up. Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
Blockbuster always seemed like the job to have.
it was fun.
Video game stuff. Trying to think of what else to do with it. I mean,
Well, we didn't hit the big one. I think that we all have the same answer for
which one?
N64.
What is your game? Because that could.
Oh, it's going to be one of two. It's either going to be Ocarina of Time or it's going to be GoldenEye.
How about Mario Kart?
Can we have a top 3?
Yes.
I mean, that's my
Ocarina.
top 3.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye, Mario Kart,
With
Mario 64.
with Mario 64 in a close
Oh, and Star
right behind
Fox.
See, I never played the 64 version of Star Fox.
It's good.
Is it?
It's yeah. I
Well, see, now I'm gonna have to go home, drag it out, and see if Sheena's got it somewhere.
Okay. You guys want to have some fun with this? So those are
That's
those.
why we're here.
Okay, so the top 3 games?
Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye, and
But see,
it's
and
gotta
Kart?
be
I
Mario
think-
Kart.
I
'cause of
think
the
I think
whole-
the further if we go up one more generation, I can't give you a top 3. It's got to be like a top 12.
right.
Yeah, but for the sake
It
of
just
argument
keeps
right here,
getting
what was the other one you said?
Weird.
Mario 64
Yeah.
and Star Fox.
Those would be the 5. Mario 64 was
It was groundbreaking.
great. Yeah.
It was so revolutionary what they did with that.
But it's hard when you've got Mario Kart because
All
you
right.
could play with so many people.
yes,
Here's
same
the
thing
game.
with GoldenEye. I mean,
Right.
it was group.
We're going to see where everybody stands.
Okay.
You have to eliminate 3 of these games from existence.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ocarina of Time stays.
Aha. I'm going to eliminate it because Majora's Mask is almost as good.
Majora's Mask is impossible to play.
I did not beat Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask has one of the worst endings ever.
I know, but it's essentially the same gameplay.
Yes,
But you
but
can't.
Ocarina of Time's better.
This is a hold this. Okay. So Brittany's keeping this. Justin is eliminating it. So eliminate and keep. Okay. We'll stick with you. You've got to eliminate. You can only keep one more of these. So
I
Ocarina of Time,
feel like it has to be
Kart.
GoldenEye.
Is it?
I feel like it has to be. I mean, it was my first person shooter experience.
All right. So from existence, you're eliminating Kart.
Mario 64.
Mario
Oh,
64.
Gosh, they're
But-
all tough
but-
to let go of.
And
But-
Star Fox.
But, I mean, there were... Mario Kart on the N64 wasn't the first Mario Kart. There was ones before that. That concept...
So you could play it at different times.
But, I mean, if you eliminate it from existence, you haven't eliminated the concept
Right.
of it.
It's still out there.
But that's like the one everybody knows.
Yeah.
I
Don't
mean,
get me wrong.
yeah, don't get me.
Well,
the
Isn't
Super
the Wii
Nintendo
one?
one is okay, but the one that I think most people go back to
Oh,
is that
is
60.
Yeah.
that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
you've got one other keep. What is it? GoldenEye, Kart, Mario 64, Star Fox.
Have you
GoldenEye.
kept any yet?
No,
Was
I
he
haven't.
eliminated?
I eliminated Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're keeping
I'm-
GoldenEye
I'm going to keep GoldenEye, and I'm going to keep Mario 64.
and 64.
Yep. I'm going to get rid of Kart, and I'm going to get rid of Star Fox because it never had any impact. I never played it.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you play it, that one's gonna be that would be a hard debate for you.
All right,
Especially if you like 64.
I can do this very easily. I'm going to keep Zelda, Ocarina of Time,
Yep.
and I'm going to keep Mario Kart. I will get rid of GoldenEye. I will get rid of Mario 64 and Star Fox. And this is the reason why. Ocarina of Time, I can play by myself. Mario Kart, I can play with people.
Fair enough.
That's my reasoning.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So,
And we each actually have one of those. We have one that we can. Well, we each have. You got rid of Ocarina of Time. You
But I can play
kept-
Mario 64 by myself,
Yeah, you can play Mario 64
Yep.
by yourself, and then we've got our.
and I can
Our
murder my
one.
friends in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
exactly.
Which is all I really asked for.
The facility. Whenever we played GoldenEye, we would. You remember the Cable Guy movie with Jim Carrey?
Yes.
When and you have to spend 6 months in a correctional facility. Whenever we played the facility on GoldenEye, everybody yelled out, "Where do you want to play? Facility."
Nice.
Oh God, that was. What was your favorite gun on GoldenEye, by the way?
Oh.
Rocket launchers.
Really?
Yes.
Grenade launcher.
Oh. Rocket launcher. When you had the maps, you just played with rocket launchers.
Rockets only. Yeah.
We
That would. Here's the thing, though. We had to eliminate that from competition play to a certain extent because that shit ended friendships.
rocket launcher.
Yeah.
See the one we eliminated. We played License to Kill, so it was one shot,
Yeah.
one kill.
See, whenever we did that, we'd go pistols only.
Okay, I can see that.
Proximity mines was fun as well.
We outlawed proximity. We outlawed pretty much all mines because you'd have people team up with like remote mines, and you just have them run around until they find someone, and then the other guy would hit it.
Yeah.
But no, we did proximity mines, and we outlawed Odd Job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because he was too short to. Yeah. No. That was. We outlawed him as well.
You just run up pretty much
Yeah.
to anyone and you.
Yeah. You just sneak. I mean, people were dying and they couldn't figure out because you would turn in a 360 and you wouldn't see him.
Yeah.
I was terrible, especially on some of the darker levels.
Oh, the jungle. That
Yes.
was a stupid one. No, we did grenade launchers because you'd be running and all of a sudden a grenade would come around the corner at you. It was so much fun.
I didn't do much of grenade launchers.
Really?
Now I want to go back and.
That
Yeah.
one
They
was on the
redid
laptop
GoldenEye,
gun.
didn't they?
Now,
Yeah, they
yes,
did.
yes,
Yeah,
GoldenEye
on-
remastered, and on PS3, I have it.
Is it
it's
worth it?
not that
Oh.
great. It's everything that made GoldenEye great was not. It would be really cool to just mic us all and set up a
Couple cameras.
set up a match sometime.
That'd be fun. I
I've
would
got the
definitely do
controllers
it.
for it right over there.
And
I
since
gotta-
we both,
I can lay my hands on a projector and a screen.
you guys can't practice on the N64 controller ahead
No,
of time.
we would never do that.
No.
Ever.
Since we've already discussed
I
the
would never ever.
difficulty that would be going back to.
that.
I would cheat all the way.
She can't hear us. She doesn't have headphones.
I know, that's awesome.
I know. I'm totally gonna cheat.
Yeah.
Totally gonna cheat.
So then let's go Xbox.
Never played it.
No, never had an Xbox.
It was always always
Well, I take that
Nintendo
back.
and PlayStation.
I would always play Halo with my buddies. That's
okay.
that's the only thing I ever really played on Xbox.
I was Morrowind and Fable would have been my favorites.
And those are two I've never ever played. Just well, I take that. I mean, Morrowind. I know what it is.
Right.
I mean,
I never really got into any other Elder Scrolls game other than Morrowind.
yeah. I tried it on.
Now
PC.
I can talk.
I tried it on PC a little bit.
I want to do so we just finally got a good gaming PC, and I want to check that out.
Because I started, I got Skyrim.
Which I have for PS3.
I
Yeah,
have
that's
that
what I
for
played on.
Xbox.
And that I played, I asked the guy, I had two games, and I can't remember what the other one was, but I go, which one is never going to end? And he just pointed at Skyrim. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
And I just recently started playing it again for some reason.
I have a couple like level 10s, and then never really did anything after that.
Well,
I played it for a while and then I took an arrow to the knee.
nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Good job.
I played it the first time around. I played it. Excuse me. All that Sunkist I'm drinking. No, yeah. I'm sorry. What?
What I don't.
No, the first time I played it, it was my guy was so messed up. Like I used magic, but like I had heavy armor, and I did he made no sense whatsoever.
I did cheat in Morrowind a bit.
Really?
I had codes.
I found a glitch in on the internet about it. And if you had this certain book, if you did it in a certain way, you would keep leveling up. And I did like 50 levels in one day because I just sat there and kept doing it. I had to go to all my houses to find it.
With
That's one of my video game
Speaking
confessions.
speaking of glitches, how hard did you abuse the ultimate or the infinite caps glitch in Fallout 4 before they fixed it?
I didn't. Oh. I think that's what my husband has.
Oh,
had.
I actually unplugged
did.
from the network, so I didn't update, so I didn't patch, so I could keep abusing it for
I
a
didn't
while.
abuse
What
it.
is it?
I didn't know about it.
It's a vendor glitch.
Yeah.
To where basically you can sell the vendor ammo that you don't really have, and you just clean them out and clean them out and clean them out and clean them out, and they pay you for nothing.
I think I saw that on one of the run-throughs
Yep.
that I just watched.
Oh, it's great.
And I had no clue what he was doing at first, but all of a sudden he had thousands and millions of dollars.
And it was I had pre-ordered so I unplugged from the network, and I had pre-ordered the DLC, and I plugged back in so I get the DLC without thinking about the fact that it had to patch the game to get the DLC, and now it's gone.
How much
forever.
money do you have?
Well, I bought the west part of the map.
About 30,000 caps.
Okay, because I have 24,000 that I've earned.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Do you hear that I've earned?
Yeah, no, there was a very, very derisive tone in that, yes.
But yeah, that wasn't that difficult, I guess, to earn it.
I have a couple of million rounds of ammo
Oh,
stored
oh.
up just somewhere too. so-
Where?
Huh?
Are you
Oh, you
carrying
can. No,
in
you
my
can.
workbench.
Yeah, workbench. You can.
You have a workbench that can store
Yes.
a million rounds.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
I,
can
the
store
biggest-
anything in anything.
and I have 12 power armor frames and about 9 or 10 full suits.
Okay, I should have like 5 or 6, and I take the fusion cores out, and then you're disappearing.
Oh no, I've got like 300 and some fusion cores that I bought as well. See, I've got more goods than I have money, so I'll never.
So you don't have that much money. You have
I have
property.
I have an average amount of money because I've already spent it. I've already put it into hardware and guns.
You became Tony Stark. On
Did
it.
you
did.
actually buy guns?
A couple.
Oh, I haven't bought any. I just
Wow.
Pick 'em up.
Again, very very much. Oh, how nice for you, rookie.
She essentially just took the knife to you, like in Call of Duty.
I still
Like, ran up behind you and
honestly,
knifed you.
I've wasted all the money on the guns because the only one that I ever use, I have a 45 Tommy gun called the Pray and Spray,
Yeah.
and it's all exploding bullets.
Let's hear about the best gun you actually earned. Oh,
I
she
like
has to
the
go through.
wounding. I like the wounding shotgun a lot. Like, it's a legendary, but it's pretty basic. I like being able to shoot somebody and
No, it's legendary, but I mean,
You know, it's no big deal.
it's
And she earned
I
it. right?
earned
it. Yeah.
You earned it.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's random drops on a legendary character, so
I earned it. It's a random draw. You had, I mean, a tenth of a 1% chance, but you know, it
I
happened.
think everybody
earned
has it. I know my husband has it. It's fairly common.
I
Ooh,
killed
that's
9 million death claws to get this thing, but I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, I'm happy you bought stuff too. Cheat and caps glitch.
I cheated in Morrowind.
I don't even know how to feel about this anymore.
Like, this was your idea to bring her in.
I know, right?
This is your
The
fault.
abuse.
Me
Get
and
rid
you
of her.
could be sitting here talking about Star Trek again or some movie trailer, but oh no, I want to talk about video games.
Derision.
And you brought the better player.
Derision. I know, right?
That's
Again.
what you did here.
That's debatable.
The student has become the master.
I'll never forget how mad I was about that.
We'll teach
I'll
somebody
never
how
forget.
to
I'll
slide.
never forget how mad I am about this. Are you kidding? I'm probably pretty scarred for life right now.
I thought I was pretty awesome at video
No,
games.
and I thought I'd be like, you know, hey, how badly did you abuse this glitch? Thinking I had found
Something cool.
a brother in arms, a fellow
They asked?
fellow traveler, you know, a lone survivor of the wasteland like me, and no, I got looked down upon.
Good job.
Screw it. Let's go to the shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Cue the music.
as we, boy, you just ended that
I
quick.
did.
Just out, he's like, nope, sorry,
Yep,
we're done.
Yep, we're done.
Shameless plug is something we do on every show. It's just something we like. Well, I say every show, but then something happens and then we don't have it. So
Yeah.
this week's shameless plug, who's doing it?
You're doing it.
Am I doing it?
You're doing it.
All right. The shameless plug this week is from me, and it is a website that I go to every day. And I wanted to... It is not Pornhub.
Oh, no.
Although Pornhub.com... amazing search features.
You can take that so many ways.
I don't know. You know, we've said Saberford send us. You know, what do we want Pornhub to send us?
What don't I want them to send me? No, this was one that we were going to do a couple weeks ago, but it just didn't work out like that. Listfirst.com. It is one of the best. Like, if you just like,
Tell us about it.
if you like reading really random stuff about anything, this is the greatest website you'll ever go to. It's just lists of 10. I think earlier on they did like lists of like 20 or whatever, but now it's like 10 things, you know, where it's like conspiracy, it's video game, it's movies, it's political stuff, it's anything you can imagine a list being about is it, and it's the best bathroom reading material you'll ever find. But
So-
you're a girl, so you spend 30 seconds in the bathroom for that. So
Yeah.
So
I go to escape the world. So.
lists of video game cheats that won't offend your
Lists of most
friends.
disappointing. Oh god, no! I think the other day they had lists of conspiracies, and it was like Pokemon Go is a conspiracy. That's one that sticks out to me for some reason. One was like the weirdest, scariest sounds you've ever heard. Weird recordings, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Spy stories. Just anything you can imagine. And what's cool?
In lists of 10.
Yeah, anything you can imagine. 10 misconceptions about swords. That one had me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that one.
I'm probably gonna check that out when we get done.
And it just goes on and on and on, and you can do random lists on there and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
So, very easy, very fun little website.
Now I'm gonna check them out.
It really is. It's like one of my daily reads. It's like Zergnet, Listverse,
No,
Pornhub.
I know what I'm looking up the next time I head into the bathroom. Listverse, not Pornhub.
All right, that's going to do it for us this time. Thank you again to Brittany for hanging out with us
Yay.
and
you,
just
Brittany.
destroying Justin. So, did you abuse that cheat on the game? No, I did not.
No, I'm better than that.
I leveled my character. I didn't buy him.
Tomorrow when I cheat.
You never used the Contra code either, did you?
I didn't cheat at all in Fallout 4.
You know what the Contra code is, though, right?
No.
Up, down, left, right, left, right.
B
Yeah.
A.
work
BA,
in-
select, start.
Fallout 4?
No, it's
Contra.
The original NES game Contra. You got 30 lives.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
I
so
didn't
you're a
abuse anything
cheater.
till Morrowind.
You're a cheater, and she doesn't know the Contra code.
Yeah.
That's where we stand right now.
Yes.
All right. Have a good week, everybody. If you like this video as much as Justin did, please make sure to follow us on these other fine media platforms.